Hey everyone, it's Ronald's One of the Opinions here. So tonight I have the XPS 15 for you to that I wanted to give my takes on. So it's not really a review because there's too many reviews on YouTube about it. So basically the model I have it's not an i7, it's an i5. It's a KB late 7th generation quad-core i5 processor with 256 gigabyte SSD, PCIe based SSD though, so that thing is blazing fast. It has 8 gigs of fast DDR4 RAM, 24 megahertz DDR4 RAM, so it's 8 gigabytes, and a 1050 GPU from Nvidia GTX 1050 GPU. So that's basically the rundown of the internals of the machine. So I'll be right back. I'll open up the machine and I'll show you the inside. Actually, I'm gonna show you the screen and all that stuff. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I'm back. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this computer on and show you the screen. Alright, it's booting up. Ooh, man, look at the screen though. It is gorgeous. It's a 4K panel, by the way, so look at how fast this thing boots up. Alright, so I'm in. Alright, there's a fingerprint scanner right down here, so you don't have to type in no passwords anymore, so that's pretty neat. Oh man, because the fingerprint scanner just worked. So look at the screen though on this thing. It pops and it's vibrant and all that great stuff. So definitely, I mean, for video editors and photographers and all those kind of people that wants to work with images and all that, this is the computer like you probably should get. I mean, because the screen and all that great stuff, and you have the graphics card too to work with the images and the videos that you're shooting with and all that other stuff. I put a performance test between this one and the old Dell that I have. I had the 960M GTX card from Nvidia, so you can go check that out on one of my other videos and see the performance for yourself on something like DaVinci Resolve, so you can check that out. Yeah, this trackpad is real smooth. I like the feel of it. And I like typing on this keyboard though. It's very tactile, very clicky. It feels real good to type on too. Some people have said that they don't like it, but that's their personal preference. But this one feels like it feels better than actually typing on the MacBook keyboard that I had. I had the MacBook Pro 13 that I actually got from the Apple Store when it came out, and I kind of reviewed it and all that stuff. Yeah, the one thing I did, I mean, the keyboard was cool and all that. It was slim, but it was very hard to type on. So I wasn't used to typing on it. This keyboard is a perfect keyboard. So that's pretty much it. Okay, let me show you the ports that this thing comes with. So, alright, so, okay, so right here, you got your power slot. So this is your power. You got a USB 2, actually power, USB 3, HDMI, power, USB 3, HDMI, Thunderbolt. You got Thunderbolt 3 here. It also doubles as a USB-C connector. Headphone jack. So look at this thing. Really, this thing is really like it's the right thickness though. It's the right absolutely the right thickness. So this is pretty much what it is. It look like it's pretty good. And you got on the other side, oops. On the other side, you got on the other side You got a lock slot, you got a LED thing, tells you how much battery you got left. You got another USB 3, and awesome, you get a SD card slot reader, so you can plug those things in and you can edit your videos or photos or whatever you're trying to do. So that's pretty much it with the ports. I'm sorry you can't really see it because it's kind of dark in here, but you know, just gave you a rundown about what you got to work with. So that's pretty much it in terms of that. Nice computer though. Yeah, it's like pretty it's very tactile. It's a good keyboard and all that stuff. So anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you the differences between all the computers I got down there. So I can show you the size difference and all that other stuff. So I'll be right back. Alright folks, so I'm back. So here's all the rigs I want to compare it to. So first one is this clunky 17-inch laptop here. Yeah, it's hard. You can't open it with one hand, but look at that clunky thing. Yeah, it's 17 inches, and look at this thing. Yeah, it's like, look at this thing. It's so clunky. Yeah, this thing these days, it just stays at home. You know, watch some videos or whatever you want to do, or watch some CDs or something like that. That's pretty much what this computer is good for these days, and you know, use it as a total backup or whatever. So this is what this computer is good for. All right. So next, you got the Lenovo. So I got the Lenovo here. So this one opens up with one finger. Yeah, because the hinge is kind of like bad, but you can check this out. Look at that clunky thing. And that red keyboard. Oh my goodness. It's a cool red keyboard, but I mean, it's totally a gaming computer. Look at the red keyboard, you can tell. You can tell already, this is a gaming computer. And this is a pro computer. Look at the screen. This thing is chunky. It's powerful though, it has a DDR4 RAM and all that stuff. It's got a quad core processor and all that good stuff. i7 too. It's a good computer, but I mean, this is totally just stays at home, game with them, whatever. So this is pretty much it. Oh, by the way, the Dell and not the XPS, the Dell Inspiron and the Lenovo I have, it's got the same GPU. Believe it or not, it has the same GPU. The only difference is the RAM. Other than that, it's the same thing. So the performance that I showed you on a Resolve with the two computers, I mean, it's basically the same thing on the Lenovo, so it's laggy. Alright, so check this one out. Yeah, so we basically, so this is the one I compared on the, this is the one I compared recently on YouTube, so you can check out that video on the performance test, so you can check it out. You can check that thing out and you be the judge on what performance this thing has. You can see what graphics performance these computers have, so you can check it out. Alright, so I mean, they both have, good thing about these computers, they both have 4K displays, but you can tell already. Look at the difference. Look at the colors. I mean, you can't really see it too much on the video, but maybe you could. Look at the colors on these things. Both have 4K displays, but look at the colors. You be the judge on which one has a better screen and which color, which one pops and which one doesn't. So there you have it. All right, folks. So I'll be back with my conclusion on these on the XPS 15. So all right, folks. So in conclusion, this is a computer I would recommend to anybody who's doing video editing, photography, number crunching, you know, things like that, things of that nature, where you need this kind of horsepower to like get the work done, you know, and be portable at the same time. Because all the other computers I got, I mean, they're powerful, they're big and powerful, but they're not stuff I can like really just take with me and, you know, and use it with me on the go, or, you know, things like that. Either the battery's not good, or or it's just too bulky, you know, things like that. So that's why I went with this computer. I'll tell you why I went with the i5. I was kind of explaining it a little bit. I went with the i5 because I looked up and I actually researched this about i5s versus i7s. I actually did my little research on this. I found that the i5 and the i7 wasn't much of a performance difference, especially when you get to a quad core. So it wasn't much of a performance difference between them. You do get hyper-threading on an i7 that you don't get in the i5, but I mean, it's not going to make much of a difference. But in terms of video editing concern, I mean, it does a little bit, but it'll help you a little bit. But I didn't see much of like anything like with the i7 in comparison with the i5. So that's why I went with the i5, and I wanted to save a little bit of money because this is not a cheap. It's not one of those cheap laptops that you can get. I mean, they're like those computers that I have. The other ones, they're like cheap, like $800-900 computers, right? Well, there's probably a reason why they're $800-900. They might have the components, but the build quality is not as good as this one. This one has like carbon fiber, like it's real nice to touch. You get the little touch screen. You get the metal build, and you get all your ports and all that good stuff. So that's why this computer costs a little bit more. And look at the screen though. This is expensive to put this kind of screen on there. The screen pops more than that other Dell that I have. So yeah, the screen really pops. So that's why it's so good for video editing and all that. I'm not gonna do a performance test. I already did this. You can check out that other video of that. Anyways, so you can check out that, and you can see for yourself how this thing performs versus the Dell, the other Dell I have. I'm not gonna put this against the Lenovo because I'm gonna get the same graphics performance because they both have the same graphics card. So, anyways, this is pretty much it. This thing is just it's an amazing machine. It's very portable, and the screen is like, it's just the right size. I mean, it's better than the MacBook Pro. I mean, the screen is a lot better than the MacBook Pro screen, actually, because I got to see that. I got to see these screens for myself. This is the best screen I've seen so far on any like laptop or anything like that. It just pops. It's so vibrant and all that stuff, and it feels good to watch like stuff on here. And to edit them too is like, it's pretty amazing. It's awesome actually. And yeah, and you get all your ports. I mean, that's the thing that I didn't like about the MacBook. You don't have all your ports, and the MacBook, none of that stuff is upgradable. This one, you can upgrade your RAM, SSD. You know, you can upgrade those things on here, and you can change. You can upgrade. You can swap batteries too on here if you need to. You know, if the battery goes bad or something like that. So you can get in here and actually do some stuff with this thing if you have to. But since this thing is pretty expensive and I don't want to screw anything up with this one, I'll just take this thing over and get the computer guys at Microsoft to like upgrade the things for me when I get the parts. So I'll probably do most important thing, I'll probably upgrade from 8 to like 16, maybe even up to 32, because this thing takes up to 32 gigs of RAM, of DDR4 RAM. So this thing is pretty good. So this thing is going to be I've heard on some other guy's channel that if I did the gig of RAM upgrade, you get way better graphics performance. So that's what I heard. So I might try that, but we'll see for myself if I will. I think 16 might be something I'll do, but we'll see. 8 actually works on this one. Actually, 8 gigs of RAM actually worked. So when I did the video editing and stuff like that, actually it did work. So I mean, I may stick with 8 actually. It's, this thing has almost no lag or anything like that. So anyways, that's the case. That's pretty much it. Anyways, this is a computer I would recommend again to like anybody that needs a very powerful computer that's also portable and doesn't want to buy a MacBook. So anyways, that's about it in terms of that. Well, anyways, I will have a workout gear video. I'll show you all the stuff I use when I train and all that other stuff, because I train as a competitive athlete. So I'll show you all the new stuff I got for that. So anyways, that's my next video. So anyways, folks, have a great night, everyone, and get the right equipment you need, because you know it's your money and all that stuff. Get the equipment you need to get the job done. So anyways, have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode. Talk to you later. Peace and happy shopping and happy getting things done. All right, folks.